What's up, y'all? This is the Stimulated Podcast, and today I got my boy Collin. What's cracking, man?
What up? GassedUpOrPassedUp.life. Find me on IG. I ain't gonna tell y'all my Twitter. Get a little reckless.
Hey, nah. Hey, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing well, bro. Appreciate you having me on the podcast, man. This is gonna be I'm looking forward to getting our word out to the people.
Hey,
yeah,
hey. So today we did a shoot. I see you stepping up the content game.
Got to.
What direction are you headed in?
Shit. That's a good question, man. A lot of directions.
Yeah.
So, it's, I guess in the mass, what I'm trying to do is help people create things for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of like Nipsey and the marathon and everything that he was doing, is building something that not only is for him, but that, ownership.
Right.
Trying to build longevity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the direction I'm headed in is, creating something that not only for me and the people that I impact directly, but for all of our kids and the generations after that.
Yeah.
We set a standard of, doing something to impact the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
So,
kind of a culture.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
culture building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Culture building. That's what Gassed Up or Passed Up is all about, is the culture, So, yeah, man, I guess that would be a good answer to that. I haven't been asked that question.
Yeah.
So, I'm always moving. So to sit and zone in and say, what direction am I going?
Yeah.
I feel like that's actually something that's, now that I've been asked, is I need to kind of zone in on that a little bit more so that I don't deviate from the path.
Yeah. Nah, man, trust me, I've been down that road myself. Even over I would say the past, I would say since March, to be honest with you. I've been down the same path, bro. And I talked to you earlier about it's like fulfillment for me.
Right.
I started reading this book called The Way of the Superior Man.
Yeah.
And man, you talk about I felt kind of lost.
Yeah.
It's kind of different for me. So I had to go back to the drawing board, be like, all right,
for sure.
the end result is right here. But even then, man, you know what you're creating. I see what you're creating.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you started.
Okay.
So where are you from?
So I was born in Victoria, Texas.
Yeah.
Some people may know, some people may not know where that's at, but it's down south. And then I came up to Dallas when I was in 6th grade.
Okay.
After that, I went on to finish out high school in the DFW, made a lot of good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so I consider myself from Dallas.
Yeah.
With a Houston heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I'll leave that there, because if I this is the thing, the direction. If I kept going, see, that was the end of where I'm from. After that, then it starts bouncing, bouncing a whole lot more. But yeah, so I'm fully repping Texas, the Lone Star State.
Hey,
yeah.
So I notice right now you're in fitness.
Right.
Talk to me about how did you get into it?
Okay. So I played football all my life.
Mm-hmm. What position?
I played receiver for about pretty much 20 years, and then I ended up starting to hit the weights real hard.
Yeah.
And then I started putting on that weight. I was still fast, and then, as a tight end, they said we could do a little bit more with you. So this was my freshman year. I was at Mary Hardin Baylor.
Yeah.
And basically went through my freshman fall semester, and I had hopes of being on their quote unquote varsity team. It's a D3, so they had different levels, different tiers, junior varsity and varsity. So I was hoping to play on the varsity team.
Yeah.
Traveled with the varsity team for 6 games and also played in those 6 JV games.
Okay.
And then was kind of just let off of the varsity squad, I'm guessing. Okay. I don't really know why. Whatever happened. But then, so then that's when I got serious and I started listening to Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher.
Yeah.
Him and that video that he did, the How Bad Do You Want It, with
Secrets
Giovanni
to
Ruffin.
Success.
Huh?
Secrets to Success.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so when he had that one, and he had the Giovanni Ruffin, and Ruffin, however you say his last name, but when I would watch that video, I'd wake up at 5 a.m., watch that video, and then I would go hit it. Then I would go eat 2,000 calories, and then I would go to class, yoga class, whatever it was that spring semester, and then I would go hit it again at 5 p.m. I was doing legit 2-a-days, like no team, no nothing that
Yeah.
semester because I told them I was splitting. So
Yeah.
and then they didn't want to give me none of my film and all that, the politics of football. So yeah, and then after that, got big, went to Trinity Valley Community College.
Okay.
Played ball out. Well, I didn't play there. I redshirted there. Went through the fall semester.
Yeah.
And so, I was there redshirting fall semester. Everything's cool my sophomore year. And then I go on that spring. I'm starting as tight end. Go through spring ball, go through the summer, get into the first week of school.
Yeah.
Right. And they tell me I'm not being kept as a transfer.
Huh.
They brought this dude. I forget his name. I think it was Devontae Fields that was the one they brought in, but they brought him in as my roommate, and he was the one that took my transfer spot. So it was him, Gerard Evans, a couple other cats. They had to let go of a couple of us because they had brought in so many transfers. I mean, that was a bad coaching. I mean, that was just bad on the coaching part.
Yeah.
But so then after 4 days, it was either I stopped playing football, I go D2, I had an offer for a half scholarship to Texas. Is it Texas Southern? Not Texas Southern. What school is it that's out in? It was Midwestern State, I believe.
Okay.
Out in Wichita. I'm not even sure, but yeah, it was one of these schools over here, and I didn't take it, and in 3 days later flew out to Arizona, took a spot there, played on a JUCO team there for that semester. So not many people understand like what mindset you have to be in as a young man to be told, hey, you just did a great job for a year for us.
Yeah.
We're not going to let you get on the field for us. You have to go play somewhere else or quit playing football. And then to get up and say, okay, you know what I'm going to do 3 days from now? I'm going to fly out to Arizona and play there for a semester.
Yeah.
And so, that created a lot of resentment in my heart for football and building up because my freshman year I had already, what I had portrayed, gotten screwed over by UMHB and then TVCC. And then now I'm at Arizona Western, where everything was okay, but the coaches were all this basically sums up the coaching. You Texas motherfucker. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
you Texas motherfuckers think you're the shit. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
And so that's what I had to deal with out there. And I was like, dude, you're in Arizona telling me that Texas people don't know how to play football. I mean, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
But anyway, then
let's talk about them Cardinals. Let's get on.
So then.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, good.
All right, man. Sorry about that distraction.
All good.
Right now I'm playing the flip game. Getting this distraction out of my life, a.k.a. my PS4.
Yeah.
Sold that shit yesterday. And today,
oh, you just got rid of it.
Just got rid of it.
Okay.
And so today is all about getting the games out, completely. So people hit me up, hey, man, I want to buy Spider-Man. I want to buy Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
Bro, I bought... I thought that the game system would help keep me out of trouble.
Right.
So that's why I got it. I got this thing in December, bro.
Okay.
So literally, I'm like, what? If I ain't clubbing, I'll play the game.
Yeah.
But that thing made me like distracted and lazy.
Because then my thing before I sold my Xbox was like, I would think about the Xbox.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing work thinking about. Man, I can't wait to hop on Fortnite later, bro. We finna squat. I'm sitting. Then eventually it got like, bro, it low-key messed up my last relationship. Like, I would sleep in the living room to play the game all night.
Yeah.
Is she in the other room? Like, it was
waiting on you.
Waiting. I'm in the living room till the morning, bro, till the sun come up and we both gotta leave. But past that though, yeah, man, it's a huge distraction if you let it be, bro.
Seriously, and that's the thing I learned. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and get this out of my life, like, completely. So day by day, literally phone calls, text messages coming in where people are like, hey, man, I want to buy such and such. So let me ask you this. What selling advice would you give to people if they're trying to sell a product? Because you sold your Xbox.
Right.
How did you sell this?
So I went to GameStop at first, and really what I wanted to do, I wasn't going to sell it to GameStop because you know how GameStop is.
They rape people, man.
Exactly. So I went to GameStop, and I just basically got their price. They gave me like $90, something like that, they said. And so I
for
knew I
an
wasn't...
Xbox,
For an
though.
Xbox, yeah, Xbox One, you know what I'm saying? So I knew I wasn't going to take it. I just wanted to see the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
So then after that, I went to multiple pawn shops. And a lot of people don't like pawn shops because pawn shops are kind of doing the same as GameStop.
Yeah, they try to take a piece of the pie.
Exactly. They're the middleman. They're trying
Yeah.
to take that piece of the pie. And so I just was looking for a pawn shop that I knew had a consistent customer turnover.
Yeah.
So that they're always getting things in and getting things out.
Right.
So that they're not going to be as interested in pulling from my piece of the pie as others. And I could have, this was before I got on to like the e-commerce wave and all that. This was like, I'm just trying to go and make it happen real quick. I'm garage selling out of my car right quick. So I eventually, you know, found a pawn shop that was willing to give me $200 for it. They had no Xboxes, so it was like they needed that, and they were getting asked about them. So I was just right time, right place, right hustle. And went from 90 to 200. So I mean, that's a $100 jump just from, you know, not settling on that first offer. You know, it's, you just keep that mindset, man, and
don't fold.
Don't fold. Don't fold. Whatever you do, don't fold.
No. Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, so I use OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace.
Nice. Facebook Marketplace is where it's at.
It's solid, bro. Like I boosted the post and everything.
Yeah.
And probably within the first 5 hours.
Yeah.
Over 30 messages, you know, inquiring about, you know, whatever. And so I'm like, okay, this is the way to go, the e-commerce game.
Bro,
I might have to pull that Gary Vee shit, man.
I'm telling you, bro, this year between, and now I'm about to say it out loud on air, and it's going to be public, and people are going to be able to hold me accountable.
Speak it to existence.
I plan on making $20,190 in the second half of this year. So 2019, so 20190, so $20,190 straight from flipping.
Boss.
Whether it's socks, watches, keychains, mugs, laptops, TVs, treadmills. When I tell you I'm about to be flipping shit like Tony Hawk, nigga, I'm about to be flipping shit, man. And people think that it's crazy. And I hit all my family and I was like, yo, letting y'all know this project, because I'm trying to get my student loans paid off. Because I've made the decision, I'm not going back to school and finishing doing all that. I'm just going to pay these student loans off. Right. Continue my hustle, man, because finishing school, like I have like 18 hours left and a bunch of bullshit behind it. But I mean, I don't feel like fucking with financial aid, dealing with them, dealing with advisors, none of these people actually are gonna tell me a single thing that's gonna impact the money I make now or in the future. Right. So at this point in my life, I'm just kind of, you know, if it doesn't prove necessary to me, then that shit is dead. So the flip game is where it's at, man, and especially for people in college, man. If you can start a flip game then, by the time you get out of college, you might have your student loans paid off. Right. So I think this is something that a lot more people need to grab onto, man. For real. That's you don't got to take it from me. Take it from the people that done it big already. Gary Vee, you know, Grant Cardone's flipping fucking apartments. So I mean, they're on every level. The real hustlers are flipping shit, man. They're doing it now or they've done it before, and they will tell you that if you can't sell shit, then you're not going to be a successful entrepreneur. Seriously. Period. Seriously.
So, speaking of entrepreneurship, what was your first entrepreneur project?
My first project, ESPN Houston. Okay. So, slightly confrontational. Well, I mean, my personal training stuff, but that's also that just came as it was because of football and all of that stuff, fitness. But I would definitely say ESPN when I was on there. We had a show last summer when I was down in Houston, and you know, that's when I was also managing a restaurant. I was working 60-hour weeks to pay out of my pocket for the programming time. Right. So it was like, you know, I was hustling hard, trying to get sponsors, trying to set up relationships, do all this stuff. And that's when I started listening to Gary Vee from sun up to sundown. Like, I cut out music. For a good 2 months, I didn't listen to music. Just to learn. It was straight acquiring knowledge.
Yeah, I will say that, you know, like you said, acquiring knowledge. Listening, like what you listen to. So right now, I go to sleep with this affirmation. Yeah. It's like nothing. It's like, I am good. I am great. positive affirmations. Literally go to sleep with it in my ear until the headphones die out.
Right.
And the way I'm thinking now, and I've been doing it only for a week.
Okay.
So far. So I plan on doing it for a whole month. And
nice.
The way my thought process is now,
yeah.
The consumption what you take in is a game changer. So
especially right before you go to sleep or while you're asleep.
Yes. Because literally it's in the subconscious mind, and eventually it goes into the conscious mind, which allows you to create opportunities based on what you have taken in.
Exactly.
So I could see exactly. So how did that transformation work for you listening to Gary Vee day and night? Because I know I listen to him for probably I'd say 5 hours a week.
Yeah.
And so. Shit, just it. I know if you consumed it, a whole lot.
Yeah, man.
It struck a chord.
Oh, it more than struck a chord. It created I had a whole guitar of hustle. It was
a guitar of hustle.
A guitar of hustle, bro. Yeah. It was I could shift gears so quick, and I never was consumed by my failures or what other people would consider my failures that I just considered stepping stones, you know? So
you knew your process.
Exactly, I knew my process. So managing Be Good in Houston went from that to managing NutriShop, and it was dip and pay, shit was different, but at the same time, never did I ever think of these situations as, oh, fuck, this sucks. Damn, why me?
It's a part of the process.
It's a part of the process. Yeah. And the sooner that you understand that I don't even like using the word bad because I don't consider anything that happens to me to be bad.
Yeah.
Because once you do that, now you're giving yourself the negative thoughts.
Right.
So I eliminate all negativity. It's I'm blessed to be able to get this this knowledge from this situation. Every time something quote unquote bad happened to me, man, it was just, I would think of Gary and I would just think, man, just keep going.
Yep.
This is a lesson. I mean, I had papers and papers of just quotes that I had written down from different podcasts of his that I would keep in my pockets, and I would pull them out. And kind of like Goggins, David Goggins has
Goggins is a beast.
Goggins is a beast.
Yeah.
But the cookie jar idea.
Yeah.
So I would go through that, and it's the cookie jar is where you remember all of the tough shit that you've been through. So I remember my childhood, all the fucked up shit that happened then, and I never blamed anyone for it because at every moment in life, I believe everyone's trying to do their best.
Hell yeah. Yep.
So even if shit was fucked up while I was a kid, I always charged it to the game.
Yeah.
Never charged it to the people.
Right.
And so I implement that in my everyday life. It's
Gotcha.
Even now, if I had a client that didn't hit me up for 2 weeks, I'm sure they were trying their best.
Yeah.
Probably fucking not.
Yeah.
But, it's giving people that benefit of the doubt, and without having expectations, you eliminate a lot of the self negativity and self bias, honestly, as well. And that's one thing that I think that people have to eliminate, and they need to become more self aware and stop having these expectations of other people. Because if I expect someone to do something exactly as I do it, then why did I give them the opportunity to do it in the first place?
Right.
So, Gary, this went from one to the side to the other. I mean, Gary has
had an impact on you,
bro. Yeah, Gary and Nip.
Yeah.
Gary and
Nipsey,
Nip,
for sure.
Bro. They've definitely pushed me to where it's I mean, dude, nothing right now. I mean, nothing besides the death of me right now could throw me off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm about to pick up this job working with XPO Logistics, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. doing shit like that. People are a lot of people tell me, they're I can't even keep up with you. I was if you could keep up with me, then I wouldn't be doing good enough.
Yeah.
I'm not meant to be kept up with.
Yeah.
I'm the 1%.
Yeah, you're in your lane.
I'm the 1%.
Yeah.
No,
I can feel
that. And Gary, listening to him, I mean, legit, him and Andy Frisella. This chick had put me on Andy Frisella at that time.
I love Andy Frisella, man.
And so it was funny that a chick had put me on game to him. That was kind of interesting. But I was listening to them, man, all day, every day, and I became relentless, dude. Just relentless.
I can feel that. So right now, I see that, you're hosting these classes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like how much are you working right now? Because
how much am I working?
I see
right
you
now?
up, because I see you up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact you're probably not going to bed until late. So I see this stuff, and I'm like, bro, like, what is the motivation?
Okay.
And what is everything you have going on right now?
Okay, so everything I have going on right now, so I'm starting up well, let's do this first. I'm the personal trainer and a HIT coach. So I coach at Body District, coach at LA Fitness, coach on the weekends every now and then, just random little park spots. So I do that, train younger athletes, personal training, one-on-one clients, online clients, video clients, all of that. So there's a personal training, and then I'm a brand builder.
Yep.
So I assist companies in, network marketing situations, creating branding logos, content campaigns, marketing, all of that good stuff, contracting out photographers for brands, handling all the brand social media, doing all that good stuff, digital media, because digital is
That's
here.
where it's at,
It's here.
It's final,
Exactly. So doing all that. I have a podcast.
What's the name of the podcast?
I was about to say, I can't even think about my fucking podcast name. It's called What's the Problem? And, it's the point of it is in the name. The purpose is in the name. It's what is the problem? Why are you not going harder? Go harder. And then, a break off of what's the problem is what's the solution. So, really trying to promote that relentlessness that I've been instilled with.
Right.
Got the podcast, got the little job with XPO Logistics. Shit, man. Body District, coaching up there. Damn, bro. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, you got a lot going on.
I guess that's it for now, yeah.
So if you had to give advice to the listeners, give them one good piece of advice.
One good piece.
Yes, drop a gem on them.
If I had to say one good piece, man, it would be live your life knowing that no one, and no matter how much anyone loves us, I believe that everybody, grandparents, family members, friends, we all have people that we love and would die for. But, while you move through this life, we've only got one. So listen to everyone, but don't give a fuck about what anyone says.
No, never. Yeah. I mean, if you decide to take in, even like to live on somebody else's terms, then you really don't have an identity.
You move too slow. You move too slow.
Because you're in your own head and you're a slave to what other people think.
Exactly.
I recently went through that, and I know exactly what you're talking about and how it feels. So yeah, man, like if you're living on somebody else's terms, or if you're concerned about what others think about you, fuck that, man. Live life on your terms. Yeah. Live life on your terms. Be positive. Think positive. And hustle. So where can people find you at?
You can find me GassedUpOrPassedUp.life on Instagram. You can find me in the streets. You can find me at Body District, LA Fitness. I mean, literally anywhere. If you've got any kind of content creation issues, solutions, business plans, marketing proposals, hit me up. I work with a bunch of people. I forgot to plug this one. I'm working with the Athletes and Acting Awards. Every now and then I work with the State's Developmental Football League, a free enterprise football league. So it's actually teaching young men in sports business instead of just throwing them out there with money, hoping they go broke. Because who wants a group of powerful black, we're not even going to get into that, the NFL, boy. So, trying to transition from the stigmas that we have in sports and stuff like that. And, man, if you can also just shoot me an email, GassedUpTraining@gmail.com. If you ever want to reach out, you got any ideas, you just got questions. I'm about to start putting out like newsletters, the daily V type newsletters. So start getting all that going. Yeah, man. But yeah, I just really appreciate you, having me on and helping me get that work today, bro. Because that content is key.
Content is key,
man.
I'm creating a new saying right now. I probably should trademark it.
Yeah.
But CEO, content equals opportunity.
Nice.
And so, long story short, the more content you put out, the more valuable the content, the more opportunity that it creates for yourself.
Right.
So, people think like that, think big picture. Don't stop, man.
Don't stop.
Hustle hard. Let's get it.
Straight up. Don't stop. Never stop. The moment you tell yourself, because there's something I've heard before, is you have a 3-second window.
Yeah.
So if you're about to do something, for instance, it's most relatable to me because when I'm under the leg press, I go stupid heavy.
Yeah.
So that moment when your mind tells your body, don't do this, we're going to hurt ourselves, because that's how we're naturally programmed. Escape fear, escape the tough shit.
Right.
Before that 3 seconds is up, you have to just do it.
Hell yeah.
You have to just do it.
Seriously.
And that's why, even though Nike doesn't put out a lot of long shit, I mean, just do it is one, simple, psychologically fucking brilliant.
Yep. Valuable.
Wow.
Yep.
And then every time you hear motivational speakers talk, what are they talking about? Just do it.
Yeah, execution.
Don't got shit to do with Nike.
Yeah.
But now, because I keep thinking execution, now I tag Nike with execution, and now I want to go buy a fucking pair of Nikes versus some Yeezys or some other shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy how subconscious this marketing shit can be.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to hit all areas, especially with this hemp and CBD shit on Gassed Up.
Real talk.
Man, this is gonna be nuts. If you want to talk about CBD, hemp, all of that, I would highly advise you to reach out to me and let's talk some business here real soon, because we got some big things in the works right now.
Well, hey, this is the Stimulated Podcast, man, and this wraps up today's episode. Thank you guys for watching it. Thank you guys for listening. You can catch us every week. Look out for it. Follow us. Follow me on Twitter, social media, whatever the case may be. I'm sorry right now. I'm rambling right now.
Hey, man, we working when you got
Yes. So I am Alex J. Martin. I mean, that's everywhere, even my website, www.IamAlexJMartin.com. Follow me. Check me out, man. It's the Stimulated Podcast. Get stimulated.